What's up, everyone? There we are. Holy moly. And we are off. It's news right now, so that is why we go live. And price moving to the upside, immediately taking out the high. Now that is opening with a banger. We had consistent bullish CVD divergences as price was moving towards the upside here. We're going to cover this in a little bit more detail. There wasn't really any great sign of weakness as price was grinding to the upside, and we now took out this high. So how about that for a start? Now it is news, so please trade safe, right, because of the volatility on the chart. But yeah, there we go. So what a banger to immediately start the live stream with. How you doing, guys? Saraga, Hunter, Bina, Senat, QZ, World, Andrew, Bones 15, Hike. How you doing? How you doing? So we're gonna observe this move together. So let's see what price is going to give us. No. So again, news. It is volatile. I have managed everything that I have to manage with regards to the trades. So yeah, I have to do that, of course, before the streams as well, because I don't really like to trade during the streams. I just like to focus on what I'm doing. Yeah, everything nice, everything sorted. So now that price moved above this range and the value areas, we can remove these as well. So let me do that. So yeah, the point of control. Remember what we said yesterday during the analysis. Which folder was it? None of these, I think. Local. Ah, here you go. Not bad, right? Not bad, not bad. So price was ranging here, and we were looking for another 4, a drop in 5 on the daily naked point of control, and then move towards the upside, right? And then at least see if price can make it to the resistance that we then have, so the fibs in other words. And of course, as always, observe the reaction. Now, as price was moving to the upside, we had consistent bullish CVDs. Of course, these have now all played out. So we had some bull CVD here, not too interesting, but this is where we had some buildup of bullish CVDs, which arguably was interesting. And just now before the launch, we had some bull CVD here as well. So yeah, there wasn't really any sign of weakness, no market structure changes locally. It's just been grinding to the upside, really. And that's all that happened. Close the longs. Yo, Barbie, welcome. John closed my longs early. You know, it's better half profit than no profit. I mean, look, closing a long early, it was still a long, it's still profitable, and you know, that's that really. I cannot deny that I, John, have also closed my longs. But I am happy with the profit that I've made. I had a target, I had a plan, stuck to the plan, stuck to what I had in mind, and that was a TP at the golden pocket point of control. So the point of control of this structure here, together with the point of control. So yeah, have a plan, trade the plan. No, so happy with the profits. Every day a little bit. Nice days, no? Okay. So what we're going to do in this live stream is first we're going to observe this structure here. Then we go into Elliott waves, right? Elliott wave analysis on different time frames. And then we go into chatting Q&A. I think, let me check my agenda here on what I have planned for the stream. Yeah, probably be streaming for right about an hour. So it should be good. No, it should be good. Starting with the news, ending around New York Open, because you know, it might always happen. Something may happen during New York Open as well. GTP Sleeper, welcome. Bina, Andrew. Yeah, 10% running. Of course, you can always have like a low percentage running, but personally, like trading wise, I really enjoy having set targets nowadays. Every day or every couple of days, you have your plan, you have your trade, you have your target, and just take a little bit home every time, you know. So yeah, but everyone has a different style. It depends on the probabilities. If I want to swing trade a potential position and really like look for a big move towards the up or the downside, but that depends on the context. And in this structure to the downside here, we also had the risk of having a finished 5-wave structure to the downside for a 535. So with that in mind, the long was interesting, but that's why my target was the point of control golden pocket. And then I observed the reaction here for potential shorts. Of course, now the idea is invalidated because we took the high. Now, I didn't enter any shorts because of the bullish CVDs we had here. There was no weakness. There was no market structure change. If price took out this little candle here, right, this one, that is when I was going to be interested to enter a short because we changed the market structure, increasing probabilities for a 3-waver, not a 5-waver. So that was then something that I would have been interested in. But the fact we now took this high here, I'm just back into waiting because the plan was a potential 535, no signs of weakness. So didn't enter my short that I had planned. Did enter the long that I had planned. This one is in profit. Profit is taken, you know, out of the long, out of not in a short. So at the moment in no position. And by the way, let me show you the plan of this morning. 1 second here. So in the Koens setups channel, this was the plan, no? So Koens setups channel is the first link in the description, by the way, in case you're curious, where I share why certain setups are interesting. So this was yesterday, where I wrote in the group here quite late, right? So I was still awake, observing price action. I was looking at what I explained. So I was interested in longing the daily naked point of control and look for price to move towards the upside. This is just a position calculator thing. I don't put the target that I look for or the stop that I have. It's just, this is interesting because it's educational in the end. It's not a signals channel. So I explain why is it interesting. And then I look for signs of strength personally. And then over here with the long, beautiful, right? Target for me was the point of control golden pocket for my long. And then looking for potential short. Which I explained here. And then I said the move down from the high has the potential, you know, to be a 5-wave structure, which in probabilities, I was actually looking for a 5-wave move. This makes it interesting to look for signs of weakness in the marked area, right over here. Due to all the bullish CVDs, I do first want to see proper signs of weakness before consideration, meaning before I look for a short, I need to see weakness, meaning bearish CVDs, which we didn't get, or at least a market structure change taking out this low, which we didn't get. And now we took the high, so the idea is invalid because the idea was a 535. So therefore, no short taken. Have a plan, trade the plan. Going up or down. We're gonna analyze the chart. 10K Moon Boy. What's up, boy? Wizard, how you doing, bro? What's up, man? Good to have you here, mate. Can't do any local wave analysis with these massive news weeks. Yeah, so I like to be patient around news. I'm actually quite happy that my profit target was taken before the news because I'm never really big fan of being in positions when this is not a big trade, of course. It's a relatively small move, but during news, the chart can move incredibly quick. So if it doesn't hit my TP, it can as well just move down very quick. Nice long, yeah, I know, yeah, it was a good one. No? I was going for a ride early in the morning. I saw it set it up after TP already hit, done for the day. No, look, what I share is I share ideas from an Elliott wave point of view, right? Help people to trade Elliott waves is the goal. Like, how do I trade Elliott waves, right? Why is a setup more interesting than another setup? So in the end, it's never financial advice. It's just something that I personally look for. And if I see signs of strength, then I'm interested to take it. And if not, then not. But the idea is there and the explanation is there. And the long was very nice. But in the end, you took it based on your own analysis. You profited based on your own analysis and clicking the buttons. And all we can do is congratulate you. So good job, Ali. Good news. Okay. Habibaldi, welcome. We could have a leading from the low. Yeah, the diagonal. Correct. Habibaldi, Kunz. It's no problem. Keons, Kunz, listen to everything. Here for the Elliott Wave Doctor. What's up, Video Kingdom? Gonna be a spicy day, I reckon. Never smart to trade around big news. Yeah, I'm a very patient trader. I have no emotion connected to the chart. I just wait for my setups to appear, and then I trade them if I see what I want to see. And at the moment, I'm not in any position. So yeah, I mean, we now just wait. So yeah, let's cover Elliott Wave, shall we? Time for some analysis. Hi Koens, will be in Nice in August. Correct. Have you moved yet? No, still in the Netherlands, but I will move to the south of France, to Nice, at the end of this month. We're probably gonna have a 3-day road trip because we have to take some stuff. We don't want to overkill it by going in 1 day, and even 2 days is a lot of driving. So we're going to make it a small road trip. So at the end of this month, for 3 days, there won't be content because I'll be driving and we'll be visiting the Champagne area and doing some activities and just making it like a bit of a road trip, backpacking with all our stuff, pretty much. So. Bahadin, you took a short position, not looking very good. No, I mean, depends on your own plan and strategy, of course, and what you are looking for. But yeah, we have a bit of a move to the upside. Didn't take the high on index just yet. Okay, we did take the high on my chart here. That's interesting. The voice of Pi, cheers. Yeah, I mean, yesterday was a very nice structure on the chart, moving towards, let me remove this here. So moving towards the downside, 3, 4, 5, looking for actually a finished 5, of course, because of the low. So we didn't have this information yesterday. So initially I was looking for a potential 535, but the long here, the setup, I mean, that one was very clear. So yeah, that one is the one that was taken. So that was cool. And the potential short, yeah, there was no weakness. So I had no interest. And then, of course, we have news as well. So, that Florian, The Hague and Scheveningen. Yeah, those are great places. Hope you enjoyed the beach. Hodl Crypto, what's up? Charts are not the penalty. Yeah, I'm a neutral viewer. I just like to see a good game. You know, the Netherlands lost against England, GG to the UK. I had fun watching, but I'm not emotionally connected, you know. So, but with regards to the panel, yeah, I can imagine why online there's a lot of talk about it. Kiwi, welcome. Is this a news candle? Yes. So we have over here 2:30 p.m. high impact news. And that is the reason to be live now, so we can observe the chart together. The odds change. You mean the odds like football or trading now? Cassis. Most people very close to Marseille and 2 hours from Nice. I'll make sure to... wait, I need to... You have 1 second here. I'm going to select this. I'm going to write this in my note. I can check it later. Okay, there we go. Missed the start. Don't worry, because we didn't really start yet with the analysis. It's just that we have news now, so we are observing the chart at the moment. My notifications for the stream didn't work. Is YouTube not sending notifications? Maybe it's because if you upload more than 3 pieces of content in 24 hours, the 4th piece doesn't get notifications, I believe. Yeah, I can imagine. No, I mean, StarCraft. Yeah, I used to be a professional esports athlete, as they say nowadays, right? So professional gamer for 11 years. So yeah, GLHF, GG. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Hoshi? How you doing? Big move up. Okay, S&P moving up. What's up, Hoshi? I'm doing good, just chilling. Watching the news, and then we're going to start the analysis. Zandra, welcome. The actual numbers are there on the calendar for CPI. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know how to read this. I don't know news. The only thing I'm interested in is the time on this website. So I click on 3 stars, US only. I do not even look at this here. Like, I don't look at the US. The only thing I look at is the time and the date. I don't look at, and I select US, but I don't look at what it is. I don't look at actual previous consensus forecasts. I'm not interested in that stuff. I just want to know, can I expect volatility due to news at a certain time? Which at the moment, that's the case. This range of probably going to abandon everything. Annoying wave 4. If it's something very difficult to count, it's usually a complex wave 4 structure or BX. Hunter, welcome. Yeah, I mean, I don't follow football enough, because I don't follow it at all really to know what has happened in the past. I guess you can say the same about the Netherlands, but I wouldn't know because I never watch I never watch football except the Netherlands if they go into playoffs. So yeah, I'm very clueless. It's just separate chart. It's separate chart, separate analysis, separate volumes. It's just different. Yeah. Of course, there's a relationship, but it's never 100%. Same with dollar and Bitcoin. Sometimes they both go up or both go down, which of course, it happens. Refresh. Oh, do I have to refresh? Yeah, I still won't be able to read this anyway. So yeah, no idea. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Must be a... is that in my settings? Maybe I will check my settings after the stream, Kiwi. Maybe somehow notifications are turned off. I have no idea. Ways of the Jeddah, how you doing, man? Yeah, it's definitely an interesting area. If you have seen the video this morning, which I will highlight the same stuff as this morning as a short summary. It's an area of interest. T. Clepson, how you doing? By the way, T. Clepson, man, your comment, just before the live stream, I checked the comments, and of course, I haven't yet answered all of them. But your comment. Wait, let me get this on here.
Bye.
Okay, there we go. Wait 1 second. No idea. I have another video. We don't want that. So here, T. Clepson, you just I'm not gonna read all of it, but just for people viewing. Like, I saw the comment. I still have to reply. I replied to most except for the most recent ones. But yeah, thanks for your comment, man. That was it put a smile on my face. Really, really cool. Cheers, man. T. Clepson, and good to have you here. Good to have you here. Of course, everyone, thanks for the comments. I will reply to everyone later. Yeah, don't FOMO. Just have a plan, have a strat. So I can, for the ones that may be FOMO, I am currently in no position, right? So hopefully, maybe, I don't know. I'm not a financial advisor. You do you and have your plan, your strat. But I had a long. I'm fully out of my long. I didn't have this news candle to the upside in my position. I exited at the golden pocket point of control, as that was my target. That was the plan. Stick to the plan, trade the plan, take the TP. So I'm not in any position. I'm just waiting and see what price is going to give us. But we're going to do some analysis in a second. Are there any flies to catch? Not at the moment. And the window is closed. But it makes me think I'm actually going to open them. Because it is warm. Lower than 3.1, above 3.1 bloodbath. Okay, I see. Thanks, Rocky. It's the only reason I joined. No flies at the moment. Take on XRP. I would need to go to the XRP chart, but that's something for Sunday. So Sunday is altcoin streams, and XRP, I analyzed XRP not too long ago. If you go to my channel, by the way, and then 1 second, so you go to the channel, right, and you scroll down a little bit, you will see the altcoin streams. And the title has some of the, so this, no XRP here. I don't really know when was XRP covered in one of these. We did it once upon a time. It's already more than a month ago. But and then, you know, there's other videos, maybe XRP in here. And these are very old. I don't know. But I don't see it this quick. Maybe we haven't. But it's all about voting. So make sure to vote on Sunday. Yeah, I don't know the news as well. I don't know if it's bullish or not. Oksana, welcome. Double top. Now we're going to analyze. I think it's time to start, no? 60.9k is also daily naked point of control, which is interesting. Can I sell? Depends on your plan or strategy. You can sell anywhere, anytime, as well as buy anywhere, anytime. Have a plan, have a strat. Another Lakshya, welcome from New Zealand. Another Kiwi. Oh, you got 2 Kiwis here. I do. How long do you usually hold a position? Depends on my plan. So my plan was to exit at the point of control golden pocket here. So I stuck to my plan. Now with regards to the previous long, if we talk about long. So first of all, I had a short here, which I exited at the daily naked point of control. I had a long here, which I exited at the target box, which was here, right? And yeah, so those are the 2 most recent. I missed this long here, which it was a bummer because I was moving with my dad. I was helping him with stuff, so that was a pity. But yeah, I have a plan. I have a set target, and if price is not in a strong trending phase, I prefer to have, you know, just set targets. So yeah, sometimes I hold them. I mean, depends on the plan and how quickly the chart moves. Sometimes the trade is less than a day and sometimes more than a day. Of course, it depends on day trading or swing trading. This is day trading that we talk about now. Swing trading is, of course, days or weeks. Event volume candles in Elliott waves. It's mainly the structure. So now we took this high here on my chart, and that is relevant. And the news, it brings in some volume. So we can, of course, just use the candle for analysis. That's no problem. But I'll still have to go into the analysis, especially locally. Do some analysis here. John. Is it bullish? Okay, time to analyze. Yeah, CPI data is out. I guess I don't follow the news myself, but we had the news candle of this. So I guess this is what you're looking for, no? Okay, the indicate. Oh, CVD is a separate website. It's on the AGGR website, right? So it's not on TradingView. So for that, go to the Good to Know channel, Discord, link in the description, by the way, and charts.aggr.trade, and then my template is here with the steps to also use the template. So that, like, you can, Discord is free, it's no problem. The link is in the description, and you can, there's lots of stuff here that I have for all of you, including a 1-pager on how to use CVD and a link to the video as well. So very nice. I don't think you answered, but my biggest loss as a newbie. My biggest loss as a newbie, that was, I know the exact range. I'll shortly answer this one. Then we get into the analysis. So my biggest loss was in this range, right? In January. This is where I started my trading journey. My first trade ever was a big win. And then I lost everything plus a little bit more in this range. And as a newbie, I didn't have a big portfolio at all. I put all my savings, was the most stupid trade ever because I was completely clueless. All my savings and everything were in that trade. And I profited 12K. And then in the weeks after, I lost everything and a little bit more. I lost like 15K or something. Yeah. So my size at that moment in time, I put everything in there, which was like I had 19K saved up back in the day. I was, you know, I was just I was a student and then eventually entrepreneurial. And then, of course, as a business owner, you dedicate money everywhere, but you're also saving a bit. So everything I could spare, I put in there, and it was fucking stupid. But I made 12K in one night. And then in the weeks after, because I was so clueless and so shit, and my emotion was all over the place, I lost everything. Plus a little bit more. So, yeah. So that's the biggest loss as a noob. And from that moment, that's when I started studying. I didn't know anything about trading, just clicking buttons. The spike is, it's news, typical news candle. You do take them into account because they are relevant, especially once they take certain highs or lows. Manage your stop loss. Depends on your plan. My plan was to long the daily naked point of control, and my stop was down here because I don't want to see it move too far below the daily naked point of control, right? Because then it invalidates the plan. So you need a plan and an invalidation for your scenario, and the invalidation of your scenario, that is your stop loss. Yo, cheers, Ali. Yeah. Okay, guys. Yes, call to Peter. It's the join button below the live stream. There should be a join button, and then then the video opens with more information. I will make a new video to update again with the newest stuff. I'm also gonna change a few things again and improve a few things. It's always continuous improving, but that is soon. Yeah, exactly. I guess many had the same journey at the beginning. So yes, the psychology is most difficult in trading, in my opinion. You know, and you first need a plan, but then you need the mindset to follow the plan. How long did that take? Not sure what you mean, but I'm a forever student. You know, so but profitability, right? Like in my first year, I was slightly in the minus, and the second year is where I started to be break-even profitable. Inside a big, it's very rare. I mean, it's theoretically, you know, I mean, there's nothing that says you can't, but you need for example, diagonal wave 1 and then another diagonal wave 1 or 5. Wave 3 can never be a diagonal, of course. Yeah, we are just observing the news candle, but it's time to start, no? Okay, you continue chatting. I do my my stuff and what you come here for. So let me move some of the folders around because I want to have some of the more local. We're gonna move all of this up. So I haven't done local analysis, so probably some of the folders here are outdated and not correct, but we'll figure that one out when we jump into the lower time frame. Support resistance, I want to have this one in as well. Are we going to do the weekly? I think the weekly is quite clear, no? I'll leave it out for now. Why, by the way, is my CVD down here? Up. Okay. Move these down as well. Okay, we good. We good. Daily. Let's start zooming out, and we're gonna zoom in shortly. All right. Happy to hear that, Tim. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. You'll get there. One trade at a time. Donovan, how you doing? TA time indeed. How do you manage your trading time? I'm mostly behind my laptop PC, and if I'm not, then I set alarms so that I can check on my phone what happens. I always have my laptop with me pretty much anywhere I go except for when I do sports. I prefer entering on laptops. I don't like trading on my phone. So trading time, I'm always very close to my PC. I mostly have it with me. For a WXYXZ, I want to start the analysis, so I recommend the video in the online course on the channel, which is about WXYXZ. It's the final video in this playlist. Even further. WXYXZ. So go to playlists, and then the Elliott Waves, Beginner's Guide, Full Course, whatever you like to call it, and then all the way down WXYXZ. You can use it to compare it against W as well as Y. I'm not really a limit order guy, by the way. I'm mostly... How do you get... the separation lines on the object tree are horizontal lines, so just use this, right? Horizontal ray, put it below 0 on the chart, change the name, right? So just rename to whatever you like, and then just use this as a barrier. Okay, I'm gonna start. Seraga 301. Every question here, guys, I'll come back to you. We gotta start the analysis, yo. Okay, but I love your excitement, and I will answer your question. So we're gonna start on the daily, short repeat of this morning, and then we jump into the lower time frame. But of course, US just woke up. They very likely haven't watched the first update, so that is why it's important to at least give a little bit of a summary, no? So that's what we're gonna do. Now this one, we know about the zigzag, the ABC 535 structure. Common target for C is on the chart, which we have hit. Most common target 1 to the 1.236, right? We've been talking about this for a very long time, so I actually want to pretty much skip this and talk about more relevant things, which are in the folders here. So for the chart to become more bullish, or at least for signs of strength, because we have hit the target for a wave is C, okay? Now, if we really want to see signs of strength, preferably we move back inside the range. We're currently below the support resistance area. Most important resistance to the upside is this white box, first of all, 59.2, 60.4K. Second, it is the daily naked point of control at 60.9K. And third, the weekly naked point of control at 62.8. If we can take the high at 63.8, that would be positive for the bulls. Inside wave C, though, we need to count a 5-wave structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or an ending diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave structure. Now, if we zoom in to this move to the downside, and we want to end an impulse at the low, we need to count a 5-wave move to the downside. Now I have a red and a green count on the chart. Starting with red. In red we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 and then a 5-wave move, ending of course at the low. What are the probabilities that this is correct? Now first of all, I want to say that wave 3 is longer than wave 1. I have no idea why this morning I didn't, it was just below, so I must have made a mistake there. But it is wicking over here, the 1-to-1, taken from the start to the end of 1 to the end of 2. So wave 3 is longer than wave 1. It's not the shortest. But wave 3 remains a bit of an awkward structure, as you can see, because of the range that we have here. And if we do want to count this wave 3 impulsively, well, then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then we have an overlap here between the low of 1 and the high of 4. So that's not ideal. And if we move wave 2 down here, then your wave 3 is shorter than your wave 1. So that's also not something that we like to see. Having a quick look here locally. Yeah, one. Let's see. Just want to check the overlap. Yeah, there's no overlap with this high, but there is overlap with that. So it's just, it's definitely far from ideal, that wave 3. But more importantly, maybe, is that the red wave 4 touched the 618, taken from the high of 2 to the low of 3, which is pretty much an invalidation for a wave 4. It's so incredibly rare. I always say it's an invalidation because it pretty much is. Probabilities are so incredibly low. So 618 hit invalidates a wave 4. Low probabilities that you're then looking at a wave 5 to the downside next, right? So the probabilities aren't great for the red impulsive structure to the downside. This will only change, right? The red count being higher probability will only really change if you start changing the market structure on the 4-hour time frame and move above the 63.8k level, right? So red, not great because of the internal count of 3 and wave 4 touching the 618. Now green by itself is also not amazing because wave 2 on many charts took the high of 1, which invalidates away or an impulse 1 2 3 4 5. Wave 2 is not allowed to take the origin of wave 1, which on many charts happened. More charts did than not. On my chart we actually didn't take this high, interestingly, but of course it does lower probabilities because many charts did take this high, which isn't allowed. And then eventually we need a 3 4 5. Now if this is a 3 by itself, we need to count a 5-wave structure to the downside, which of course, because of all the overlap, is very difficult. So it doesn't look like a very nice 5-wave structure due to all the overlap. So therefore, both of these are not great. And this morning I decided, so we actually haven't deep dived into this move to the downside for, I don't know, a week or maybe 2 weeks. We just continued, not 2 weeks, like a week pretty much as this range started, because I first wanted to see what's happening locally as well. But this morning I was like, okay, let's zoom in again and see what's actually going on here. Now, because of it being difficult from a probabilities perspective, right? Elliott wave probabilities aren't too great to have a finished impulsive structure at the low, either in a 1 2 3 4 5, 4 hit the 618, 3 is an awkward impulsive structure, or 1 2 3 4 5. Many charts 2 took the origin of 1, which is an invalidation as well, and 3 is not a clear impulsive move. We have to at least consider different options, and that is when I had this in mind, which I think is actually a very attractive scenario because of psychology, which I will explain in a second. But here we still have A, B, C. Now it's very early to talk diagonals, but it is an interesting scenario nonetheless, right? Usually I like to talk about diagonals when we move into wave 4 price action, but just because of the corrective nature and the overlap here as price is moving down, this is something that at least should be considered. So we then have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4 and a wave 5, right? Where wave 3 in this case is not yet finished. A, B, C, right? So moving up for B, then down for C to take the low, then move up in 4 and then in 5, which can be very interesting because from a psychology point of view, I gotta say I did have some fun putting this on the chart. Like, if price can move up, maybe even a little bit more, and hit the daily naked point of control, which by the way is above the bigger support resistance area. Where is the support resistance area? Oh, right here. So the daily naked point of control is above the support resistance area, right? So preferably if you're bullish, you want to see this. Move above, retest, continuation. Moving above, it's nothing yet, right? It's all about then the retest. So what's interesting is if we can move up, maybe hit the daily naked point of control, people are going to shout this, low is in. I'm not saying it's not, but in this scenario, from a psychology perspective, this would be very interesting. People, low is in, we're going to go up, la-di-la-la. Then move to the downside. Okay, maybe not. Maybe the low is not in. Okay, but many people are looking to buy 51k. There's great support, so it must be good, right? And we do have nice support there. If I open my folders, then we have a nice cluster of confluence in this area around 51.8k. Definitely an area of interest. Now, as many people are looking to buy in this area, we then move towards the upside in a zigzag structure. A zigzag is quite similar to a impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be an impulse, but A, B, C, a three wave, is a corrective structure. So instead of an impulse, you get an A, B, C, preferably C on high volume, mimicking a wave 3. I have no idea why my alarm goes off. Oh, because we took the low here. Then people are hoping, okay, come on, where low is in, we hit amazing support, oops, all-time high next. And then we go down once again, stopping everyone out again, right? And then you get, okay, I'm done, right? Fuck this. I'm not interested. Bear market. I'm sitting on the sidelines. La, la, la. We get a move to the upside. Those same people be like, okay, probably fake again, whatever. Preferably, we are not taking the high of 4. Preferably, wave 1 is not taking the high of 4. We stay below so that the market structure stays intact. More reason to have people think about this. Oh, it's fake again, whatever, it's just a little rally and we continue the trend. Price moving down once again, people be like, okay, I told you, we're going to new lows, whatever, bear market, and then boom. And the moment we move up into wave 3, that's what you get, Oh shit, FOMO, whatever, new all-time highs. So from a psychology point of view, this scenario is very interesting. And that is why I am observing this. There is another diagonal, by the way, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one more low in this case, but this one is an expanding diagonal now, which is rare and never preferred unless other scenarios fail. And the diagonal I've just shown can still be a contracting diagonal, which is preferred. So yeah, very nice. What's happening here? Well, nothing. We pretty much gave back the whole news candle. Well, it happens so often. Okay, second bullish scenario, arguably more bullish, is a WXY with a finished structure, preferably at the low here, right? So we then have the 1.236 common target for Y hit, and inside Y we have a zigzag ABC. Now, earlier we explained why the probabilities aren't great for this to be a wave 3 because of the internal structure, which needs to be a 5-wave move. Same here. This is a zigzag ABC, right? You can't have a WXY in a wave Y. It needs to be a 5-wave impulsive move. But it's not easy to count a nice 5-waver in here. Right? It's not that great. Then we have 3-wave B, 5-wave C. Wave C hit the 0.618, which is a rare target for C. Common target is a little lower. But if we do move down, then this range is out of shape. So we don't really label it ABC anymore. And then C over here. And the 1.618 is a rare target for a wave Y. So in other words, preferably this would hold. If you do take the low, okay, this is an alternative. If you do take the low, then this is going to happen. You're going to have this. And then wave Y ends here, but I mean, in other words, we're going to be talking diagonals a lot. Yeah. Okay, time to zoom in. Now, my scenarios locally here haven't really been updated, so give me a little bit of time to see what's up. Okay, most bullish would be 1, 2. Maybe I just restart analyzing this section here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Preferably then your 4 is in. Always potential for a 5 to be in as well. We took the high on this chart at least. Okay, I'm just observing what I have in my folders here. Wait. Wave 3 is longer. Wave 3 is here. Longer. Just doing some analysis and then I'll bring it to you. Five is, so if we move below the invalidation, your 5 has to be in other words. Same here, by the way. So if you move below this wick here, a diagonal has to be finished. What's this? Okay, we can remove this. We took the high here. Invalidates a wave C to the downside unless a wave C is finished in a running flat. Which would be bullish, as then you're going to be looking for a move up. Running flat wave C target. Yeah, oh, it's quite nice. 0.618 is touched though. So, okay, let me keep this on the chart. Make it white. Okay, turn this off. Wave Y 2.5 times longer than W. That's fine. Of course, in this case, you want to see impulsive continuation. So this one moves down here. This one is removed. We're gonna check the 50-minute chart in a second. I just want to get this done first. I hope you see what I did there. Maybe some did. I will explain it in a little bit. That's such a massive target area. It doesn't really make sense to talk about. 1 second here. Pum pum pum. I would prefer doing this, even though your target area. Okay. Okay. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. Okay. So that's one. Usually, so when I when I analyze the chart, I tend to be quiet. because I'm focusing. I can't deny I'm not really a big fan of the diagonal subwave structures. No, because we need A, B, C in here, but C only hit the 0.618. This is a solid three-wave structure for 2, so that's fine. Unless this is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but that doesn't work in 3. Your wave 3 here has to be a three-wave structure. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doesn't work because of the overlap. So you can't have impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse. So you need to think about three-wave structures, but then wave 3 has to be a double zigzag WXY, but your wave X retraced to below the 0.7 Fibonacci, which does reduce the probabilities of a double zigzag by quite a lot. So I'm not too big of a fan of the diagonal here, probability wise. Wave 3 is also longer than wave 1. It's not an invalidation, but it also lowers probabilities. Compared to this honestly looks better. Running flat in Y compared to a diagonal. What's happening here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your invalidation for the diagonals all the way up here, it doesn't really make. Yeah, I'm not too happy with this diagonal. 1, 2, 3. This one would work better, even though also here your wave 3 is longer. So 1 second, I'll come back to chat. I just when I'm in my analyzing mood. Focus. So yeah, we took the high on my chart. So potentially you then look, okay, 5 finished. But your invalidation. So wave 4 has to be this low, right? You can't go below this low. If you go below this low, then the diagonal has to be finished. So your 5 needs to be in. Else this is your 9. Okay. Now in this case, we either label this a finished A, B, and then a C, or a 1, 2, 1, 2. But your first one is then an impulse, and your second one is a diagonal. And never say never. I'm just gonna put it on the chart. I'm gonna analyze or get probabilities in a second. I just want to put it on the chart. So then we have 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, okay. So either you look for a double 1, 2 or an ABC. It works better with an ABC, really. Oh, wait, I don't want this one. Okay. Oh, wait. Wave X moving above W that's very uncommon. Okay. I do get a better idea now. This was yesterday. Okay, so these are the support resistance areas. We're now above the latest resistance. Potentially retest. And if we can change the market structure to the upside, then pretty much the daily naked point of control at 60.9k would be a nice target. Okay. So let me have a look here, because now I have to think about the scenarios and the probabilities. So in this case, we want to see an impulse to the upside on the lower time frame. This one has lower probabilities, so I'm gonna move this one up. These look quite alike. No. Okay, I see. And now we do this, that. Well, the fact that wave X moved above. Now, for this diagonal to be true, we need a three-wave structure down here. And I have to say, this move down still looks better as an impulse compared to a three-wave structure on the lower time frames. Like, this counts better as a five-wave. Like, if this has to be a three-wave structure, you need to have some sort of ABC with a very short C compared to your A. Yeah, pick your poison. Yeah, we never hit the one-to-one. So this looks better as a five-wave structure. Okay, on the lower time frames. So it counts better as a 5. But that then means that a diagonal 1 2 3 1 2 3 doesn't low probabilities that this is a diagonal, because you want a zigzag in 4. You can't have an impulse in 4. The probabilities are higher. This is a 5-wave structure, not a 3-wave structure, based on a low time frame count. But that would fit a WXY, where then we're looking for, even though we had a news candle, we gave it all back, you preferably want to see continuation and price not move below 57. Okay. I'll just remember. And your 3 is also longer. So the diagonals are not really looking that great. Bearish scenario. All right. I would like the ABC more than this. W, X, Y. W has to be a zigzag, but W, if this is a zigzag ABC, your C only hit the 0.618 trend-based fib extension. So the probabilities would be on the side for an impulse up here. Okay, typing. Bearish. Daily one. Okay, and there you go. Okay, very nice. A little bit of puzzling. Okay. Okay, there we go. So I took me a little bit of time. But we good. So scenario number 1, currently the highest probability really, for a few reasons that I kind of explained, but this counts best as a 5-wave move and not a 3-wave move, so that limits the probabilities of the diagonals. A running flat is also a rare structure, but this move down counts better as an impulse compared to an ABC for the diagonals. So therefore, like, let me first cover the scenarios and then talk probabilities. So in this scenario, what we're looking for is a finished 1 or A impulse to the upside, a 5-wave structure, right? A WXY sideways double combo with a running flat in Y, zigzag W, zigzag X, ABC, running flat in wave Y to finish 2B. Now you want to see continuation to the upside, which should be an impulse to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave structure. No. Invalidation is very clear. The invalidation is the low at 57K. No? Now inside the target area for your wave C, which is this massive area you see on the chart here. Does this look good? I mean, better have white. And you saw how I pulled it. So I pulled one trend-based fib from the low to the high to the low here, and one from the low to the high to the end, which gives a bigger target area. The reason the target for C is so big is because of the difference between your W end and Y end. But by all means, you have a big target area, and in this area there's two areas of interest, 60.8K to 61K, and 62.7 to 63K. Those will be the important areas on the chart for a potential end of C. If you move above 63.1, probabilities increase to take the high, probabilities increase for a potential wave 3, which of course is your bullish alternative, which at the moment is an alternative because on the daily time frame, the probabilities are on the side for still one more low. So this is what we're looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5-wave structure to finish a wave C, preferably based on the daily, right? So in other words, price moving up. Your bearish, that is arguably also your bearish scenario. Now I want to talk about why the other scenarios have lower probabilities at the moment. So we have this diagonal, either A, B, C, finished, that's bearish, and then you move down, you take out this low, or a double 1 2 1 2 1 2, but the double 1 2 where your second wave 1 is such a big diagonal compared to your first wave 1, it's not great, right? Most commonly your second wave 2 is shorter in time price, and this one is really big. So preferably you're then looking for A, B, C, but what lowers the probabilities for the diagonal here is that wave 4 has to be a zigzag structure. But this move down counts better as a 5-wave impulsive move. Another zigzag A, B, C. Your wave C is very short. Didn't hit the common target area for a wave C, which is down here, right? Only hit maybe the rare target area. I don't even know. We need to check. Did it pop. Wave C zigzag. I mean, if I take it with this low, it hit the 618. But if I take this one, it didn't. So I mean, it's not great. But yeah, so then your wave 4 is finished at the low, but it has to be a 3-wave structure. And arguably, we have a bit of a 5-waver here. So probability is not really on that side. No. If price moves up and takes out the 1-to-1 here, this scenario is invalidated. 51.6K. If price moves below the 4, then your wave 5 has to be in. Cool. The second diagonal here on the chart, the issue with this diagonal is your wave 3. So, and arguably wave 1. Wave 1 has to then be in ABC because we can't count wave 3 in impulse. So wave 3 has to be a 3-wave structure, WXY double zigzag, but that means that 1, 3, and 5 need to be 3-wave structures. Wave 1, then A, B, C, but C only hit the 0.618 trend-based fib extension, taken from the low to the high of A to the low of B, which is a rare target. And wave 3 has to be a double zigzag, WXY, but your wave X hit the 0.7, which significantly reduces probabilities for a double zigzag. And then you have the same problem with 4, right? Has to be a 3-waver, but counts quite nicely as a 5-waver. And your wave 5 has to be a 3-wave impulsive structure, right? Either in, if you move below this low, or we look for a zigzag. But not the highest probabilities. You know, if you do move up, preferably we look for a little bit higher. And then the final WXY, W is a zigzag, but that's the same problem. C only hit the 0.618, so higher probabilities for an impulse, but W can only be a 3-waver. WXY in X, and then look for Y. Because wave W is a zigzag, Y can only be a flat or a triangle, which means A, B, C. That would be an absolute massive fuck up because you take the lows, you take the high, and then you continue to the downside. And you can have a triangle A, B, C, D, E, down. But that's too early. So the reason the probabilities are lower for this is because of your wave W. And a wave X going above W, I prefer a wave B, 5 ABC. I would prefer an ABC compared to a WXY doing that. So that is why the highest probability is this. But then what we want to see is an impulse structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So no problem to have a retracement as long as you don't take the low. And then all the others are alternatives. You know, it's quite simply like we have an idea of what we're looking for. If price takes this low, we're going to be looking for other structures. No, please keep in mind that on the daily, let me get the probabilities here. So on the weekly, we're bullish. Higher probabilities from an Elliott wave point of view are to continue to the upside. You only really start to switch bearish if you would take 40k, 38.5 to be exact. On the daily time frame, the probabilities are higher to have another low, right, as explained earlier in the analysis. But in both cases, the WXY shown earlier or the ABC that leads to another low, it's still bullish, right? On a daily time frame, the probabilities for the weekly are higher to move up, and on the daily, an ABC or a WXY is still bullish, right? Those are corrective structures, and we are now hitting target areas on a daily time frame. One second. So your target area for C, we have hit the 1-to-1. Right, so we are hitting target areas, but probabilities would be on the side still for at least one more low to be but it's still bullish. You still continue the trend from an Elliott wave point of view. ABC or WXY, those are corrective structures, and then on the 1 hour time frame. At the moment, the probabilities would be higher for an ABC, so A, B, and then a C, with a WXY. Look, wave Y is a running flat, which is very rare, but compared to the diagonals, that this looks better as a 5 waver, so I would prefer a running flat in that case. It's quite simple. We look for a retracement to the downside. If there's no signs of support, proof of strength, right? We move down. And the rest is alternative. Yeah. The diagonal is definitely an option. Of course, we now swing this high, so got to be aware of a liquidity grab and continuation down. Of course, potentially your A, B, C is going to be invalidated, maybe even during the live stream, if we do get a retracement to the downside. Because from a impulsive point of view, if we are bullish, and this is the end of your wave Y, and we look for an impulse up, we want to count an impulse on the lower time frames. Now, the highest amount of volume is currently in your high, and also it's a news candle. So of course, if this is an impulse, we actually want to count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but the probabilities would be higher for a wave 3 to have the highest amount of volume, not a wave 5. Messy, man. So that doesn't really support a WXY ABC. That is something that you would prefer to see in a diagonal structure, where now I'm coming back to these fucking diagonals again. Annoying. Yeah, an ABC would have higher probabilities than a double 1, 2 on the chart. So if you do move down, 5, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave structure, if you do move down, take out the low, the probabilities increase for a finished ABC in and move to the downside already. Let's see. Yeah, so these are the two I would like to keep an eye on. This one, I don't like this one. This one, nope. Okay, so we have a bullish count. And we have a bearish count. Okay. Okay. Yep. Yeah, the swing failure, the highest amount of volume in the high and the swing failure pattern does suit a diagonal, but let's wait for the retracement. So The move up was stunning. So yesterday we were looking for this on top of the daily naked point of control. And then a move towards the upside. So it held very, very nicely. Good move towards the upside as well. Currently I'm in no positions because my long already hit TP. So this was the plan. But not like I just put the position thing on the chart. I don't like show my stop loss, and that's up. It's not a signals channel. It's about why is this interesting from an Elliott wave point of view. And it was interesting because it looked like we're ending an impulse down. So I did take it. We had the potential idea for a short, but there was no weakness. So because this was higher probability 5-wave move, not 3-wave, I was looking for a potential zigzag. Now the long, very nice. My TP was the point of control golden pocket. Short wasn't taken. There was no weakness. We had consistent bullish CVD divergences building and no market structure change. No interest. So currently I'm personally in no position and I'm just chilling on the sidelines and wait for price after the news candle here. First of all, when there's news, I'm always very careful and I'm definitely not in a hurry. And preferably after this wick here, I like to wait for a range to form. And then the range will give us all the information that we need again. So that was solid. Nice move. We are currently retesting the support resistance area of this range. Of course, there's some bullish CVDs, arguably. Higher low in price, lower low in yellow. What I would prefer to see after the news, though, is to see CVDs building up here. So more local bullish CVD divergences would be good. Yeah. And then that, yeah, that's that, no? Side note, we did hit the 1-to-1. But, oh wait, this one has to be moved into here. Yes. Okay. Very nice. Let's see what's up. So because of the news, for an impulse up, this can be like a fake volume, if you know what I mean. In a diagonal, this has to be a 3-wave structure. It just counts better as an impulse, really. But yeah. Yep. This one is very interesting, though. Move above the big support resistance area. People that use simple support resistance areas, which generally is something you learn at the beginning, will look like, oh, we're moving above support resistance on the daily. That's bullish, so I'm gonna long. They then long into resistance, and then a retest fails and you continue. So the retest is more important. If the retest fails, you just go down again. So yeah, definitely interesting. It would also give some hope again, of course, if you would move up in this scenario. So You get like ta-ta, and then eventually what it does is the moment price comes back in the range, it will create some hope, preferably on high volume. And left, right, center, you will have impulsive talk and new all-time high talk. Oh, the low is in, ta-ta-ta, right? The greed and fear index goes more towards the middle. People become bullish. And then price moves down and everyone gets wrecked again. And then the belief goes back to fear. So yeah, from a psychology point of view, very attractive. Very attractive. Bit more upside before continuation down. Yeah, very good. Okay. Shoo, long analysis. Oh man, I have a meeting in 10 minutes. Oh, I've completely forgot about the meeting. We're already live for 1.5 hours. I have a meeting in 10 minutes. Okay. What's happening? Where were we? I had a question at 3:01 from Seriga, by the way. Did you start with a very small amount? Yes. Always start small. I did. Daily dose of Koens. Powell, news. News, a lot of news. Chatting. Adam, welcome. Still learning. Some charts didn't take the high in the last move up. Increases the probabilities to still take the high. It would be nice for, like, generally charts align. At least most of them. Of course, at 72K, some charts took the high, some charts didn't. But GZ in Discord did an analysis on 10 different charts and 8 of them took the high. So then if you analyze many different charts and check if the high is taken or not, you can attach a probability to it. So the question is, how many charts did take this high? Well, no. Rising channel. Patience is the best tool. Can't disagree. Rudy, how you doing? Recovering mentally from yesterday. Yeah. Cancel Koenz's meeting. I don't think they're watching. Okay, thanks for all the chatting, everyone. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, Ways of the Jedi would be nice. Get some more greed in and then bring it all down. Jeroen, how did your exams go? So Jeroen today had 2 exams. Out of a short at the end of wave 2. Depends on your plan or strategy. Of course, everyone should have their own plan or strat. I'm currently in no position. I am interested to keep an eye open for actually both long and short, but I first, because of the news, I wait for proof of support or resistance. Of course, probability wise, as long as you don't take this low, the probabilities would be higher to move up. So I'm interested in looking for proof of support primarily, but if I see resistance, I have no problem shorting. But I probably the rest of the day I won't do anything. My long hit TP, you know, I'm happy, and yeah, that's that. Yeah, I bet the people that make the most noise, right? Diagonal Nazi, exactly, John. Sharing a finder from counting ways in Bitcoin makes more sense when it is paired with ETH. When we are at the end of a wave cycle, it makes more sense to see price of Ether if there's high probability that wave count has ended. Oh, that's interesting. It's good that you have analyzed that yourself. I personally only analyze Bitcoin and it gives me everything I need. But you can definitely use other charts, like I know people doing DXY or they S&P 500 or indeed other alts as well. So it's good that you found that confluence when there's a messy sideways action because the wave count heights are not clear and on the low time frame. I guess it comes with experience, right? So when price moves fast up or down, the best thing to do is to wait for a range, and then you can analyze the range. And then corrective structures are most difficult to count, right? Impulses are easy. Corrections are difficult. But that comes with experience. So the more knowledge you have, the more theory, the easier it becomes to analyze the correction, because you have a lot of knowledge immediately ready. And you can, like what I recommend. So here, this is what I recommend. If you look at a range, you do this. You write this on your chart, and you are going to analyze that range one by one. Can it be a zigzag? Can it be a flat? Can it be a triangle? Can it be a WXY? Right? If it's corrective, of course. So just take it step by step. And that is, of course, if we're talking about a bigger corrective structure. Right? If it's a ABC or 1, 2, 3, your left to right, then the first move up has to be an impulse. But yeah, I like to do that myself as well. I do it sometimes on stream, zigzag, flat, triangle, and then one by one I go after it. So when it's very messy, first of all, right, like comes with experience, more knowledge, easier counting. Second, zoom out. The weekly time frame is very easy, right? Weekly time frame as well as the daily really are not that difficult, right? The daily has a very clear 3-wave move on the higher time frames after touching an 886, increasing probabilities for bullish continuation after this range has ended. It's just that locally, yeah, it can be difficult. The lower you go, generally, the more difficult it becomes. So many holding. Yeah, this is where Elliott waves helps as well, right? With direction. Okay. I think that was some solid analysis, guys. I gotta go because I have a meeting in 3 minutes. 3 minutes. So I will upload another update later. So tonight, in other words. You know what we're looking for? I did some live analysis on the chart. We covered the daily as well, 4-hour, and locally the 1-hour range, which was interesting. Bit of live analysis as well, which I like to do. You know, it also shows how I approach, for example, the range, and what I then get as eventually 2 scenarios, one bullish, one bearish. So yeah. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all the messages saying bye. Appreciate it, guys. Cheers. And yeah, tomorrow, new day, new live stream. Tonight will be an update, Central European time. So a normal update on Bitcoin. And then tomorrow morning, new update. Tomorrow afternoon, new video or live stream. So I like the Oracle better. Ashley? Up or down? Sorry? Up or down? Up. Ashley says up today. Okay. Well, we'll see. Okay, thanks everyone. See you at the next one.